Okay, Cancer. So your current desires for the month of November, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a very strong woman. This is someone that is very organized, that is in charge. As you can see, she kind of commands attention with her walk. She has people, following her. So it's a queen. So you feel like being a queen this month, Cancer, but in the most positive way. This woman is very respected. It is an earth sign, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So I'm just getting that, just from the overall energy, I feel that you are fighting battles for yourself. You're aiming high in your life, and it is requiring you to step up your game, step up your energy, and it's calling you to display leadership. This woman is a leader. She's successful in her life. She's successful in her demeanor and her energy towards others. She's also successful in business. She's a successful businesswoman. She has a lot to show for herself. She has a lot of wealth, and she's manifested, a thriving business kind of empire, so to speak. She's also very, she's kind of prestigious, or she's well known in society and her culture. And so I'm just getting that you have a lot of ambition. You have a lot of goals this month, and you know that you have to be grounded. She's a very grounded energy. She's kind of like a no nonsense. So I feel that you just want to stay really focused this month. You want to pursue your goals and dreams with a lot of intention and not to be distracted by anyone else. Like, I'm on my mission. I have my little puppy in my hand, whatever that is, it's like, you know who you are, you know where you're going, you know what you want, and everyone else needs to respect that because you have a mission. She's not mean by any means. She's just very direct. She's very to the point. So business. So whatever goals you're working on, that's what you're focusing on in November. Maybe with the holidays, maybe what you pursue, what you're working on actually picks up. Things get more busy because you might have more social engagements coming up related to your work, related to your business, whatever goals you're pursuing. You're hungry for accomplishment, Cancer, and you're hungry to move ahead in the business world or in your finances or in success. And you're very determined and you're willing to do what it takes. For others of you, you could be dealing with this person. It could be a woman. She is mature. She's a little bit older, and she might be helping you, guiding you, directing you, teaching you about how to be more successful, kind of like a mentor, or being an apprentice. But I do feel that you're learning, that you're growing, and that you're seeking to establish yourself in the physical world and to set yourself up to where you're the leader. You're the one helping other people. And this actually coincides with what you're valuing and identifying with and who you are in the month of November. We have the Hermit card. Another earth sign. This is the sign of Virgo. So Cancer, a lot of you here could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo this month. But this is kind of, it's like you're on a mission. I don't know what your mission is, but you're on it. This is the card of concentration. It's the card of doing what it takes, whether that means withdrawing. Maybe you're still being very social, but you're making sure that you get in your own personal time. You're doing what you need to do on a physical level to keep focused, to harness your concentration. You are aligning between yourself, your spirit, God, the universe, so that you can create whatever it is that you need to do right now. Whatever this is, Cancer, I feel that you're really dedicated to it. Like, I'm just getting that you are determined about something. And your goal is to kind of focus all of your energy on this aspiration that you have. And what's nice about this is kind of the unemotional, no nonsense, get it done type energy. And then here you have more of an internal, a more reflective, withdrawing, taking space if you have to. And I think that that's beautiful because I think that you're really balancing your energies. You're balancing your logic with your emotion. And I feel that you see that both of those are necessary for you to get the biggest bang for your buck this month. So some of you are really seeking to do some inner work. Maybe this is what you're shooting for, is to just, be very successful, but you know that you have some work that you have to do within. You have to withdraw, kind of look inwards for some answers. And this could look different ways for you. So in November, you could be journaling, you could be meditating, you could be, just taking a bubble bath, with lighting some candles, really just taking time to quiet your mind so that you get the answers that you're seeking. This is out in nature, so some of you actually might want to get out in nature, take a hike, weather permitting, but just spend some time connecting to God and spirit and your own intuition. You realize the value and the necessity of that. And I think that that's really good, because the Queen of Pentacles on her own, if she's not careful, she can lose her emotions because she's so ambitious that she just wants to get to the top. So I feel like you're realizing that, yeah, it is important to be successful, but you also have to connect to your emotions and your heart. You have to let that lead you and guide you as well. Honestly, I do feel that there is some type of battle that you're waging, and that would coincide with the next few cards. As far as the possible illusion, distraction, or doubt, we have the Four of Wands, the card of serenity and like feeling good and really having no cares in the world. It's also the card of stability. It is a fire energy, so Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So obviously on the surface, it could just be this type of person that you're dealing with, a fire sign. But the number 4 represents stability. So I just feel that Cancer, you're raising your vibration. You're lifting yourself up. You're fighting for something that you believe in. And oftentimes, things have to get more challenging, or there has to be a little upheaval as we raise our vibration. But that's a good thing. It means that things are shifting, things are changing. So your stability could be a little disrupted this month, and whatever way that looks like for you. This could be just the people around you that maybe they're not providing the security, and it does talk about your alliances in your life. So that would be like your family, your work, your friends, and if this is kind of being a challenge, you might have an issue where you're just not seeing eye to eye with your family or your friends or your work. You might be thinking kind of outside the box, Cancer, doing something different, maybe something that's not like status quo. And you might really have to fight for what you believe in. It might be unsettling for a while. Maybe not everyone's going to agree with it. But at the end of the day, you have to fight for what you believe in. You have to fight for what's true for you. And that's why I feel like you're really taking necessary steps to strengthen your own inner resources and inner reserves. If your outside stability is a little disrupted this month, you're ruffling somebody's feathers or somebody's ruffling your feathers, you're really going to have to stay focused to maintain your integrity and your truth. This might be a month where you're having to work a little harder to keep everything going. And the strategy and the path for you to take in November is very interesting. We have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of being careful, being cautious. So I'm just getting that you're very determined, you're on a mission, you're fighting some type of battle, you're raising your vibration. And so the message is here that, a lot of new events, a lot of new opportunities are going to be coming in for you, relating to this new energy that you have been seeking. However, you need to be cautious. Just be careful. And once again, it goes back to the Hermit. Go within. Take time out. Pause. Reflect. Meditate. Pray. Make sure it's aligned with who you truly are and what you want to represent and be. This card is saying, Cancer, do not take any unnecessary risks. So it's really not a month to be acting impulsively or overly risky. You want to make sure that you're staying really centered. This is a sword, so it represents your mindset, your thinking, and your logic. And if things have been a little rocky or bumpy with family, alliances, workers, or friends, this is reminding you that things are going to smooth out. As we get closer to the holidays, things are going to start evening out. Matters will improve, and positive interactions, probably conversations, networking, are going to continue to manifest for you, and it's going to help you with your goals. It's going to start manifesting in the month of November. But the key here is just be cautious. Just Feel it out. Use your gut, use your intuition, use your logic. It's really important that you stay grounded this month. So the right attitude to have for yourself and others. Very interesting. The 5 of Wands. So we had the 4 of Wands as the challenge. And now the answer is for the attitude to have the 5 of Wands, which is you're doing good, Cancer, for sure. There's no doubt about that. You have definitely gained respect from your peers at work, at home. You've been successful. This is the card of success. It's another fire energy. It tells me that you have been successful in the physical world. You've taken action to be successful. But this is going to be a month more to stand your ground and defend what you've already created. You have to be prepared for battle. This is kind of another card for battle. And you're obviously growing. You're growing in whatever area you're pursuing. You have a lot of ambition. You're expanding. You are attracting abundance. But with that, you know, we all have that dream to be successful. But in this world, when you're successful, then you're also going to attract some inevitable conflicts, some differing of opinions. You know, different people think different ways. And this is kind of a card of, again, other people having kind of different opinions than you. You're not seeing eye to eye. And that's what's causing a little instability and disruption in your world. So don't be threatened by that, Cancer, because even if the clouds are a little stormy, emotions are a little unsettled, this too shall pass. This is a temporary energy. This is a card also of power struggles, and it's relating to competition. So, you know, like I said, you're on top of it this month. You have this energy of success, of authority, of, you know, growing prestige, status, and other people, yeah, they admire that, but there's also going to be competition. So this is a time for you to stand your ground. This is a time for you to defend your convictions, your views, your opinions. And, you know, as always, be diplomatic, but be firm. And also protect yourself, because this is a card of kind of like being careful, protecting yourself with who you are sharing your heart with. It really relates to the outcome or the realization. You have the Emperor card. So a lot of fire energy. So some of you are waging battles, no joke. The Emperor is purely logical. The Emperor is also so determined and is not moved by guilt, is not moved by emotional threats, is not moved by or swayed by people's opinions. He is an inner authority. He is inwardly mature, and he doesn't care if he has to sit there on that block for the rest of his life. He knows who he is. He knows what he stands for. He's authoritative, and he commands respect. He doesn't do it in an aggressive or a bullying way. This is also a number 4. So you have to be the source of your own stability, Cancer. It has to start with you. You're craving the stability. You're seeking the stability. And I just feel that you're being tested and challenged to raise your vibration so that you are a leader. You are your own inner authority, and you reflect this to others. This also is a card of realizing that you need this stability in your life, that this is important for you. And that you're also seeking to rely on your inner strength of who you are. You rely on God's power in you versus looking for outside validation. The realization will be, you know, the answer is not without, the answer is within. Stand steadfast in your values, in your beliefs, in your convictions, and do not compromise yourself. Get rid of that. Let it go. No more watering down who you truly are. You're growing, Cancer. You're growing. You are evolving. You're maturing. You are accomplishing. And it can be a little uncomfortable at times. I do feel that you will be a little tested this month, but ultimately you're only going to become stronger, wiser, more balanced, and you're also going to be a leader and help other people.